It's good. Yeah, tough double. It was like 2 hours in between first swim and last swim, so I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that tonight. But Bob challenged me to just get out of my comfort zone, so I took him up on that and had some good racing. Hunter fly was pretty sick, like best time. I was After this morning, I was kind of expecting it, but once it kind of happens, you're kind of still a little surprised. Super nice to see that, and yeah, I mean, that was like a swim that I had been plateauing. I hadn't gone to best. I got close last summer at trials. I went 50.5, but still wasn't best. But first best time in like 3.5 years. So it was good to see that. And it's great to see that right now. We did prepare to swim fast, but this wasn't like our full preparation. So I'm pretty happy about that. And just got to keep moving along with the plan. And there's ups and downs, but as long as you just control the peaks and the troughs, you'll be all right. No, actually, I've been 6'4", 46'4". Yeah, 146'4". So that's good. I really want to go 145 just to say I can do it. It's not really in the lineup for me anymore. I don't think it makes sense. But yeah, always down to race and put on a show and just kind of like try and push myself. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like going from being like an 8 swims, 3 lift guy to 10 swims, all long course, and then still the 3 lifts. It was definitely tough. Like physically, I was getting pushed, kind of towards the red a little bit. That was definitely tough, but I did well. Like all of us, like that from top to bottom, like like the more distance oriented swimmers or middle distance, and all the sprint guys, like and girls, like we did super well, and proud of the work I did. And moving forward from that, it's like a learning experience too, because I've never done altitude, so I didn't know, like I've gone, but I've never like taken it serious. Like you go up for a day and you're like, oh, like that was kind of hard, but like feeling like you can only hold your breath for 3 seconds, like it's just like a big change from the norm. So coming back felt really great. And most of the pro guys, like we just kind of had an Airbnb, so it was like super like bro time. Just go to practice, talk about it, just wind down, like hang out, and then we would watch like college football on the weekend and stuff. So I had a good time. The financial benefits the World Cup presents is like super nice. It's always like an extra motivation if you can make extra couple grand or tens or so that was super fun. But I also think it was great to race, and then you could also like learn from that and then prove yourself the next weekend and see if you can get a little better. So I thought that was super fun. I was happy that I could, in most of my events, progress, throughout the series. And I think that's like a good skill and a great experience to kind of have and like think back on. Because, when you go to these meets, you got to be able to just kind of like hit the mark, just at it. You don't get another chance. So it's the other side of it. So it lets you kind of like work on some skills like that you don't get at those like one-stop meets. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a professional athlete, because swimming for the most part is pretty sedentary. You kind of just stay in one place for 8 months, and then you go show up to your meet and you're like, all right, sounds good. And then you do it again for the next year or two. I kind of like being on the move. I did get a little homesick, but I mean, that's part of it. Like I'm sure other sports, other athletes, they get that whenever they travel a lot, but it makes you feel like, more invested in what you're doing. So I thought that was pretty cool, and kind of I'll probably end up doing that next year as well, because I love racing, but you got to put in the work too. So looking forward to that. But now we're here, so I'm happy to be here.